Welcome, friends. I am Dr. Robert Carle. Today, I am going to equip you with tools to write a winning college admissions essay. I have helped dozens of friends and relatives through the college essay writing process. I have taught writing courses at the college level for 30 years. I have an MA in journalism and a PhD in religion. And I have written over 500 articles for popular publication, which you can find online. This video is a short overview of the best practices in college essay writing. These tips will give you what you need to start your winning college essay. The college essay has become a more and more centrally important part of your college application. This is especially the case since the ACT and SAT are no longer required at most American schools. This is a reason that you have to really attend to this essay. I recommend that people begin writing it the summer before their senior year. The first step in writing your college essay is to find your topic. There are three kinds of essays that you'll need to write. One is the Common App essay. The Common App essay requires you to write a personal story. The Common App essay will give you 7 prompts. You have to choose one of them. The second type of essay will be the academic essay, where you engage a school, its professors, its academic programs. And the third type of essay will be a scholarship essay. In this talk, I'm just going to discuss the Common App essay. The first step is finding the prompt that you are most comfortable with. Jot down an idea or image that you think you can work with. These topics are guilty until proven innocent: foreign travel, recovery from sports injuries, and being a team captain. Harvard received 40,000 applications last year. 35,000 of them were probably written by kids who were team captains. I'm not saying never write on these topics. In fact, my son wrote his essay on a trip to Kenya he took. But that trip was central to who he wants to be. He's going to enter college, study business, and he wants to open businesses in a place like Kenya. So that was a good topic for the college essay. But don't write about your summer vacation. Your first draft will not be good. Your first draft will be long. You should, if you're writing a 500-word essay, you should have 2,000 words on your first draft. You will cut out 3/4 of the words, losing nothing. Your first draft will be rough. William Faulkner and Herman Melville wrote horrible first drafts. None of us are exempt. Anne Lamott puts it this way. She's a great American writer. Your first draft is the child's draft, where you let it all pour out and romp all over the place, knowing that no one is going to see it and that you can shape it later. Just get it down on paper, because there will be something wild and beautiful in those 6 crazy pages that you would never have gotten to by more rational means. After you have written your first draft, you need to organize your material. Do not write an introduction. Introductions are for government reports and scientific journals. Rather, begin with a sentence that suddenly puts the reader in the middle of something strange, unexpected, scary, or delightful. The beginning must be immediately engaging and make the reader want to stay around. The middle will tell your story in a way that sustains the reader's attention. I have here a few first sentences that I think have really hit home runs. And they hit home runs because they describe an experience that we all can relate to. They covered the mahogany coffin with rocks, decomposed organisms, and weeds. It was my turn to take the shovel, but I felt too ashamed to send her off when I had not properly said goodbye. Every morning I woke up to the smell of crushed garlic and pepper. I stumbled into the kitchen to find my grandma squatting over a large silver bowl, mixing fat lips of fresh cabbage with garlic and pepper. Bowing down to the porcelain god, I emptied the contents of my stomach. Now I'm going to explain the context of this. This student has a peanut allergy, and he aspires to be a medical doctor and to work with kids who have peanut allergies. I change my name each time I place an order at Starbucks. You can hardly resist reading the rest of the essay when you have a first sentence like that. After you've finished your first draft, you need to cut out verbal debris. Eliminate words you don't need, redundancies, clauses that are unnecessary. And I just have a few examples here. Because of the town in Oklahoma in which I grew up, I endured bitterly long and cold winters. I grew up in Oklahoma, where I endured bitterly long and cold winters. It was during my visit to Guatemala that my beliefs about the economy started to develop and take shape. In Guatemala, my beliefs about the economy took shape. My mother turned, shrieking, throwing her hands up in terror at the sight of the pit bull that I had picked up from the shelter, which had formerly been its home. In that sentence, the which clause is redundant. It also drains the energy from the sentence. This is a great sentence. You can eliminate the which clause and actually improve the essay. Good writing is vivid writing. Go through your essay. Change vague and abstract words to vivid and specific nouns and verbs. I saw two snakes fighting among the rocks. I turned. In among the rocks, two snakes were fighting. I turned. Two rattlesnakes lashed and whipped, striking at each other. So with each rewrite, you are changing vague, abstract words to vivid, concrete words. Edit out clumsy digressions and unresolved contradictions. Avoid moralism, preaching, or scolding the reader. Especially avoid scolding the reader. If you're a vegetarian, don't scold meat eaters. Your readers will be meat eaters. Your job is to write about personal experiences without being self-absorbed or self-righteous. This is a tall order. Most people need help with it. Your second draft has vacuumed out the debris of dead and useless language so that each sentence is a clear, well-lit room. Your sentences should move the reader along. They should be rooms in a bright and uncluttered home. Pepper your essay with metaphors. Metaphors make for really interesting reading. But avoid tired old metaphors, metaphors that make no sense, metaphors that misbehave, and metaphors that get tangled up in other metaphors. We call these mixed metaphors. The best way to conclude your essay is with an unexpected sentence that once read strikes the reader as compelling and unavoidable. The best concluding sentences linger in the reader's mind for days. This is one of my favorite concluding sentences. I made my teammate smile even though he was in pain. This moment defined who I was and who I want to be. These things you should avoid like the itch. They will get you rejected. Stale ideas, jargons and cliches, bland commentary, simple reporting, self-absorption, lecturing the reader, over-reliance on experts, and moralistic pronouncements. These are ways to make your essay dull and ineffective. And in your final draft, you should edit out all of these things. In your final draft, what you are going to try to achieve is something subtle and difficult, and that is imaginative realization. Imaginative realization is not reducible to a formula. It happens when you discover a new way to light up an essay, and it is by far the hardest and most important part of writing a good college essay. Imaginative realization means that you have presented your reader with a fresh and inviting way to look at you and your world. That concludes my short introduction to essay writing. I hope this is all you need to write a winning essay. But if you need more help, if you feel stuck, if you want to go through a few more drafts, please contact me and we can talk about next steps. My address is professor.carle, that's C-A-R-L-E, @gmail.com. This is a difficult task, and I wish you all the best.